Hey friends, let's make this really pretty fall decor piece. I'm using a 8x10 frame from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to do the velvet technique with baking soda on it. It makes just a really nice finish. It kind of looks velvety, like velvety fabric sort of. So I'm just beginning by just taking the backing out and the glass and everything. And I'm going to paint the frame. And there's the picture I'll be using, and that is in my Etsy shop. There's a huge printable bundle of pretty pumpkins and gourds, so that will be linked below the video. So I'm going to paint this frame burnt umber. And I'm just using a round sponge brush I get on Amazon, and I'm just kind of mostly blotting it on, pouncing it up and down, and it will need 2 to 3 coats. It's a real slick, it's not real wood, it's kind of a plastic stuff that it's made out of, and so you need to give it more than 1 coat definitely, and I gave it probably 2 and then some. So I'm giving it 1 good coat, and then I will dry that, and then I will give it another coat and pounce in and get all the spots that I missed. So I'm just going to thoroughly dry that, and now I'm giving it some more. So I'm just emptying out a bunch of paint in my little paper bowl, and just again just pouncing it all over. And I'm just doing half the frame right now because I'm going to be doing the baking soda here. So you want to get your frame nice and wet with paint, completely covered, but leave it completely wet. You don't want the paint to dry, and then you just pour baking soda all over it. And it looks like a lot, but it doesn't all stick to it, of course, but you just want to get it completely covered. And it's hard to get the sides a little bit, but you kind of have to play with it and tip your frame and stuff. So now I'm getting the other side. Just making sure I get it thoroughly covered and all of it wet with paint. It was hard to kind of find a spot to hold on to it while I pounce the paint on. Then I'll do the same on this side. Just completely cover it with baking soda. And then I'm just tipping it to get other edges. And it's kind of a messy technique because you get baking soda everywhere. So I'm just trying to move my frame without pulling any of that baking soda or paint off. So I'm just trying to be really careful and get it covered everywhere. There was some spots that needed some more, so I dabbed them with some paint. And as long as it's wet with paint, then you can just keep pouring the baking soda on top of it. And if it doesn't stick, then it needed more paint, more wet paint. So now I've got it completely covered, so I've got a piece of parchment paper down on the floor, and I'm just gonna leave it down there and have it dry. And it probably takes at least 10 minutes, probably a little longer, maybe 15 minutes to completely dry. So while that's drying, I'm just gonna work on other parts of my project. So I've got my print that I printed out, and like I said, the frame, so that backing is 8x10. So I'm gonna begin by cutting off all the white edges. And then I'm just using my liquid Tombow glue. This works great for papers. And I'm just kind of centering it, and I started with one end, and I'm just gonna work my way to the other end, just getting all the edges. You could Mod Podge this onto that backing chipboard if you wanted. I just wanted to make sure I got the edges. And then I'm just gonna trim off the excess. And then I'll just set that aside until I'm ready for it. So I didn't want to quite work on my frame yet because I want it to sit and dry some more. So I'm taking some wired buffalo check ribbon and I make it in the awareness bow shape first. Then you gather it in the middle, and then I'm wrapping twine around the center a few times, and I tie it in a knot in the back and then just cut off the excess there. And this just makes a really cute bow. And I love working with the wired ribbons because you can bend them and display them wherever you want them. So now I've got my frame, and you just kind of bounce off most of it, what will fall off by itself. So I'm just kind of banging it lightly on my parchment paper. And then you just get a dry paintbrush and just start scraping it off. And I saw a couple wet spots still, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I'm just going to set that over, and I'm going to work on, I've got this gold pipberry wired garland, get on Amazon, and this is my last little bit of it. I need to get some more. But I'm wrapping it around a dowel, just around circles and round, then I scoot it up close together, and I'm going to use that whole thing because if I don't use it for this project, I will just definitely use it on something. And then I'm just waiting to trim that till I decide where and how long I need it. I've got some greenery that I know I'll be using, so I'm just kind of trimming that again while my frame is drying some more. I wasn't sure if I would use these orange kind of puffball type plant or not, but I cut them just in case. I ended up not using those, but I'll use them on something else. And now it's time to finish off my frame. So now you just brush off all the excess. Not too hard because you don't want it all to come off, but the loose stuff does. So what stays on is on there secure with the paint. But you just kind of keep brushing off all the loose baking soda, and it just gives a kind of a nice texture, a nice, it lightens up the brown obviously, but also just kind of gives a look of velvet is the best word I can think of to come up with. So now I'm just going to put my print and my glass back in. I just kind of wiped it on my shirt, making sure there wasn't any prints. I'll just push those hooks back down, secure it in there. It looks pretty like that, but you know we're not done. So right now I'm just trying to see where I want to put that bow. I knew in the top left corner. But I'm going to glue down the greenery pieces first. So starting in the left corner and working across to the right, and then down from the top as well. So these are kind of two matching wired pieces. I'm just going to put quite a good generous dab of hot glue and just hold that in place until the glue sets. Otherwise it will move. And I did the same thing with the one going downward. Then I've got some tinier sprigs of that same plant that I'm just kind of having come out from the corner toward the picture a little bit. Had a long piece of glue string. Now I'm going to put my bow in the top corner above those where the plant pieces meet up. I'm just going to hold that until that glue sets, and I'm going to fluff the loops. And I will trim those tails a little bit, but right now I'm just trying to figure out where and how long I want them to be displayed. So now I'm trimming them up and I'm dovetailing them. It just gives it a nice finished look, and then just kind of bending it in some spots and kind of curving them, making them kind of wavy, and then I'm just putting a little dab of glue on that top one. I wanted it to hold down to a piece of the plant. This is Excelsior. Boy, I need to get some more of this. I'm almost out, but I think this is just a nice texture. It just kind of adds to my projects, and I just love the texture, the look it gives them. So I'm just putting some random pieces in a couple spots coming out from below the bow. You just kind of bend it and form it. And put a big dab of glue all over it. you just kind of spread it out, and especially after it's dried. Trim it up. So now I'm going to trim my curly wired pitberry pieces. I'm going to stick those in some random spots. I end up kind of putting 2 going out the top and 2 coming out the bottom side. And then I put a smaller one coming out the middle a little bit. Just put quite a generous dab of glue on the end there and just stick it in there where I want it, and then I'm kind of just arrange it and push those curlicues a little closer together. Here's where I decided I needed one more in the middle. Had to get another hot glue stick in and couldn't find it at first. So I'm going to cut 2 more and put one more going down the side and one more going across the top. Looks pretty so far. So here's a Happy Harvest tag that I printed on craft cardstock. This is in my Etsy shop as well. I've got a huge listing for all kinds of sizes and styles of printable tags. 795 in fact, and all kinds of themes, holidays, seasonal tags. So I'm just scrunching it up and then really distressing it with my Tim Holtz Distress ink in the color Walnut Stain. Then I'm using the edge of my scissors and distressing it more, just really making this tag look old and weathered. Then I will punch a hole in it and put a little piece of thin twine in it. So I'm trying to decide where I want to display that, and I'm just going to kind of have it coming out from the side of the bow, but I will glue those ends of the twine right in the center of the bow. Then I'm going to put a button on top of that. And I've got these huge lot of buttons I get on Amazon. They're 200 buttons, all kinds of shapes and sizes. So I'm just picking one that catches my eye. End up going with a little bit bigger brown one. And I'm just going to sew that in and out. It's got 4 holes, so I'm going to go in and out. Make 2 little strands of sewn. So when it's glued on there, it just kind of looks finished to me. It looks like it's been sewn onto my project. I just like this threaded button look. Then I'll just trim off that excess pieces in the back. And then I will glue that on the center of the bow above those twine pieces that are holding the tag on. Holding that in place until the glue sets. And that is it for this project. It turned out so pretty. I hope this inspires you to make something similar. These prints are gorgeous. They're just nice and rich and vibrant colors. So be sure and check the link out to those. And you have a whimsical day. Thanks so much.